did you and Twiztid ever squash your guys' the civil war of the Juggalo world?
No. Fuck Twiztid.
Oh, I gotta ask.
The day I die.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. I ain't never been betrayed harder in my life. It was a fucking physical pain the way those motherfuckers betrayed me.
Because you guys did put them on. Like literally gave them a fan base, right?
I gave them the name.
Right.
They didn't have paint on. They were two other rappers. You know what I mean? We signed them, put the paint on, created them. You know what I'm saying? They got insane talent. You know what I'm saying? But we created that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was.
What was the betrayal? The fact that they left?
They were dropping N-bombs everywhere in the raps. Like, you know what I mean? And we're like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I mean? We had to fucking hone them in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they're talented as fuck. They were talented as fuck. You know, we had to hone them in, and they're just dumb and wild style. You know, but we fucking showed them how to do it, showed them how to market, showed them all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And brung them on tour. The first time we ever built ourselves up to go on a national tour in a bus, they were in the motherfucker opening. You know what I'm saying? We just gave them love. At first, the Juggalos were like, when they came out, two other guys in clown paint, the Juggalos were like, fuck you! You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it took us years. You know what I mean?
For them to accept them.
Yeah, man. We were like, these are our boys. We're putting them out. Psychopathic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And still, people couldn't understand the idea of Juggalos being something different than ICP.
Right.
They didn't want to bring
because
these
then
two,
you guys had like
and it was a fat guy and a skinny guy, just like me. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck?
Well, and then a lot of your guys' artists ended up with face paint. Blaze Your Dead Homie and Anybody Killer, ABK.
That's what I'm saying. We did our label like a wrestling.
Yeah.
Brother, we created characters. We were like, all right, Blaze, what does Blaze do? You know, Blaze is from back in the day when they wore the clock, you know what I'm saying? And the Raiders shit and everything, and he got killed. And now he's supposed to be current, rapping that old shit. That was our idea back then, you know what I'm saying? And then Anybody Killer, right?
He was native, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you, what's your heritage? What is your ethnicity or whatever?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm native. And I'm like, rep that.
Because, the natives love y'all.
I told him, rep that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all your shit, you know? And we just helped these motherfuckers and signed them and brought them on tour. I'm paying all these ninjas to open for us in front of our own crowd.
Right.
I'm fucking paying these motherfuckers all my life. It was like 10 years, 15 years, I think 16 years I did that with Twiztid, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Paying them, you know?
So was the betrayal the fact that they left the label?
You know what the problem was, bro? When they got bigger in the Juggalo world,
Yeah.
and Juggalos loved them.
Yeah, because they became really big.
Right. ICP would come to town and draw 2,500 or something on a good night, right? Have them on a tour. We do the same thing.
Same tickets.
Exactly.
Right.
But we're paying them all this money, you know? It was like that forever. But we loved them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then there was a group called Axe Murder Boys, right?
Okay.
And they won a contest. We had a contest and shit to see who we're gonna sign, you know? They won a contest. Twiztid was like, fuck them. You know what I mean?
They won the contest.
They were like, they feel like, why they won a contest. They don't deserve to be here. Fuck them. Twiztid wouldn't even let them come in the studio.
Oh, wow.
Right? So the one guy in Axe Murder Boys, Young Wicked, he was like, he had like a hatred for Twiztid after that, you know? So years later, when Twiztid started their own label and all that, you know what I mean?
They signed them.
Huh?
Did they sign that guy?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The guy I remember at the gathering at the Young Wicked show, he's like, all I gotta say is Psychopathic for life. Fuck that other noise. Everybody knew exactly what he was talking about, you know, the whole crowd and shit. And then so when we got betrayed, that motherfucker, when that dude Young Wicked, he was my protege.
Yeah.
He was my producer. I'm putting him on.
Yeah.
I love that kid so much. I was like, it's my goal. I'm sorry, let me take a drink.
Do your thing.
I said, I never said this for anybody.
Yeah.
I said, it's my goal to see you and your family living in a paid off house in Detroit, all right, with significant money in the bank. That's my goal, right? That's what we were working toward for him because he had his 2 kids out there and his girl was pregnant again. You know what I'm saying? And that was his dream to move them here. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted to live in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker got my brother's daughter pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And betrayed the motherfucking hell out of all of us.
Your brother's daughter?
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was of age, you know.
She was of age, okay.
But
still, that's crazy.
Bro.
He denied it?
Well, he got, my brother told me, man, it was, no, what happened was my brother's daughter told my brother, hey, I've been messing around with Young Wicked. And my brother was like, what? And so my brother didn't tell none of us.
Because at the time, he's got a pregnant girl too? Or he has a lady
he's got a
and kids?
family.
Yeah, he's got a whole
family. You know
family.
what I'm saying? That he worships and puts his shit on in front of us, you know? So my brother's own daughter tells him, hey, I've been with Young Wicked, you know? So my brother pulls that motherfucker in the room in the office, you know what I mean? Just him, and he's like, stay the fuck away from my daughter. You know what I'm saying? She ain't your local piece. My brother's a don at Psychopathic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's 4 of us. Me, my brother, Joey, and Billy. My brother is a don. And this motherfucker. And my brother said, I'm not going to tell anybody what you did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell anybody. Stay the fuck away from my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
That's
right?
crazy.
So a month later, my brother's daughter tells him she's still seeing him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So my brother had to tell us. And it was like, you know. So listen, all that happened right when Twiztid and us fell out.
When you guys had your,
Right? And fucking, they signed them. The next, like, the day Rob let us know.
You guys dropped them?
There was a picture the next day, him with them like this. It was insane. They hated each other for years.
Yeah, they didn't even want him in the studio.
Until they had something in common.
And that was y'all.
Fuckery.
Yeah.
On us. And it was insane, bro. These were my guy, my
your protege,
brothers.
yeah, like you said, yeah.
Anyway, I ain't fuck all that, you know?
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck them all, man. Fuck all that shit. Anybody, Killer, all of them motherfuckers. Blaze, all them motherfuckers can fuck the fuck off. I hate them.
So it's safe to say there'll never be another Dark
No, dude,
Dark
I
Lotus
never
album.
think about them. I didn't.
Watch. Yeah, see, I'm like I said, I'm aware of you and Twiztid's issues. I didn't know you had issues with everybody else. But you definitely gave a lot of people a lot of careers, and the one thing is.
But you know what, man? If Juggalos come in rocking that shit or something, I don't give a fuck.
But I was gonna say the one thing is you guys have, I think some people. Don't understand, like, if you guys embrace an artist, not even necessarily somebody who's signed to you, if you let them into your world, those fans are
instant. If now we put so many people on,
they're gonna buy tickets, they're gonna buy the shirts, and they're gonna support you, and they're like the most dedicated fans there are in music. So,
well, man, it's crazy, but it's no different than it is on a massive global fucking level like Jay and everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just on a smaller thing, but it's definitely true. If we put out an artist and put them on tour and we give them the stamp, Juggalos, unless that motherfucker is something they reject.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which but that shit is granted. You're gonna be making money, you're gonna be able to tour, small clubs and shit, like we were talking about, like,
Hey, how cool is it? Speaking of that, you guys had Jelly Roll on tour with you.
We got Ouija Mac. You know who that is?
I don't,
bro.
Well, no, I was gonna say before you tell me, how cool is it to see Jelly become a country fucking superstar? And what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago? He was on your guys' tour.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild.
It is.
It's like kind of cool to just see like everybody's getting their just due,
The people that love ICP so much, they're gonna fall into the bullshit. Like, they're gonna be like, no, they ain't lying. they're telling the truth, Twiztid is lying, Twiztid's a bad guys, or, you know, all that bullshit.
How could it be? Look at the proof. Proof's in the pudding. Proof's in the pudding, man. Heartbroken and homicidal. How much advertisement did it get? How much push did it get? None.
Exactly.
Fucking 3-4 years ago.
Exactly.
That was 4 years ago that shit came out. 4 years ago, man. So it's like you look back at shit like that, and then you're gonna come and say that, you know, that you know, Twiztid could be the ones to blame. Well, come on. I mean, shit.
And then you got Cole 187 that got all that, you know, promotion for his one album that pretty much was just a knockoff of every Psychopathic artist that was ever on Psychopathic. I mean, he used the beats for every artist.
Right.
So, I'm just glad somebody else could, you know, put some closure in on this, because I've been getting hate mail nonstop every time I open my mouth about it, going, man, you don't know shit. You're just lying, ICP.
Give me some questions. Ask me some shit. Come on, get it out.
It wasn't really, it was their mistake. You know? Like you said,
It's all their mistake.
It's
all their mistake, but you know, they'll turn around and say, you know, shit just don't work, and they'll sugarcoat the shit so everybody still love them and this, that, and the other thing. I get it, that's a business move. And congrats to them for figuring out a way to lie to everybody, because they've been doing it since 91. That's all I'm saying. You know, ICP used to be a band, not a poison. But it just seems like nowadays that everybody's like, I wish I could get this poison out of my skin.
Exactly.
You know, seeing as how you sit there and tattooed something and believed in something, but they ain't never believed in it from day one. How you gonna start rapping about being the motherfucking broke assholes, and now you are the rich assholes still rapping about being the broke assholes? That don't make sense.
Well, I mean, one thing I get asked a lot, and since, you know, you worked there for 6 years, and like I said, you know them, do you see, now that everybody's starting to pack up and hit the road, like every major person other than ICP left, do you see Psychopathic going under?
No, man, hell no, they're not gonna go under, dude. Splendid Clam's album's gonna go gold. You know what I mean? You know, Gump Chevy, you know, when he puts out his album, fuck, man, there's so much life in his raps, it's gonna be great. I'm sure they'll fucking sell probably twice what Twiztid sells, for sure. And, you know, and then 9 Pistolas, I mean, that's in my CD changer right now. Changing out every fucking 2 seconds, because it's just great. I can't get enough of it. Yeah, no, their record label's going to flourish. The only reason they're going to stay afloat is because they're going to make old money off of the shit that they've already released on the record label. So they're going to still make money off of Twiztid and Boondocks and Blaze for all the albums that they own. So they'll stay afloat. There's no doubt in that. 100%. But until he comes out and admits that the only reason they are afloat is because of that old shit, it really don't matter. And he ain't going to say that anyway, because he's too busy eating. Eating all the food. All the food that all you motherfuckers keep paying for.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
On a personal note, my Twitter's getting blown up, and someone actually wants me to ask you this. At FreddyXOXO wants to know, does Psychopathic and or ICP owe you any money such as they do Blaze and Twiztid?
Man, first of all, you gotta be a goddamn fool to think that they don't. I mean, shit. You think that they pay anybody good?
No.
Aside from ICP?
See? I'm mind blown, fully.
They are good businessmen. The only difference is that there are good businessmen that last and have longevity. And then there are businessmen that fuck over everybody and burn every bridge that they possibly can. And then they reach out and act as if everything is cool and do long fucking interview rants about how, oh, it's all good and, you know, Twiztid's gonna go out and do their own thing and blah, blah, blah. It's all bullshit, man. You fucked it up, dude. You fucked it up for everybody that has that tattooed on their skin, for everybody that bangs that shit out in their car, and for everybody that's going to try and go to the gathering this year and enjoy somewhat of it.
No, I'm not even going to attempt to go. Not even going to attempt.
What do you think about this gathering? Do you think that
actually
going to be at the gathering?
Candy, don't want to interrupt, but we have 43 seconds until we have to take a break.
Oh, well, take a break. Do what you gotta do. Well,
Alright, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. The links will be up. We'll be right back.
At www.spreaker.com, create your own radio show and find thousands of exclusive radio channels.
2, 1, and we're back. What up, y'all? This is your boy Jay Allen here with Candy still and our very special guest DJ Philin. Before we got cut off there because of the whole break thing, Candy was starting to ask Philin about something. So, do you remember what you were gonna ask, Candy? Or you? Lay off the pot, bro.
What I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. It was about the gathering. Do you think now that they're gone, do you think they're actually going to be at the gathering? Because, like Ram and Jay was saying, and I keep saying, no, they're still going to be at the gathering. You know, they're part of it. They're part of the Juggalo family, blah, 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 blah. Do you really think they're going to show up to the gathering? And then what are they going to fucking do? They're like, well, yeah, I know they ditched us last minute, blah, 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 and try to hang it on them again.
What do I think?
What do you think? Do you think they're actually going to go to the fucking gathering?
I mean, I ain't no motherfucking Miss Cleo now, so I can't be predicting no futures, but, you know, if, like I said, you know, open up your eyes on the whole thing. If you look back, these motherfuckers have never been paid right. So, when it comes down to the gathering, you better cough up some real-ass cheddar if you want them there. Now, if they're smart, they'll cough up whatever they ask for. So if I'm Twiztid, I'm going at the table like, give me 100,000. I'll come do a show. So we'll see what happens. But from prior knowledge and knowing that them motherfuckers are probably a little bit on the broke side of things right now, I mean, shit. We'll see what happens. I can't give you a yes or no to that, but I would definitely say that, once not a payer, always not a payer. I mean, I ain't saying them motherfuckers are going to change their ways. I mean, look, they lose good talent, and what do they bring in? Shit talent. Why? Because you can pay shit talent when you were paying your good talent. See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly. They think it's something good. They find all these new up-and-comers, essentially, and think, you know, the up-and-comers think, oh, wow, you know, I'm in Psychopathic. This is something great. They're paying me. It's okay. But they're just so happy that they're there and they have enough status that they can do that shit, whereas everyone else who's working there for years and years and years is like, okay,
Exactly. So, obviously, you know, you mentioned earlier that you and Twiztid are, you know, somewhat close, actually. You guys are boys, correct?
Yeah.
Well, how do you think they're going to feel about all of this?
Oh, well, you know, why do you think I keep my mouth shut for so long? You know, they'll probably be, you know, a little bit upset, but, you know, it ain't no big deal. They know where I sit with everything, and I know where they sit with everything. I'm proud of them. Man, come on now. I can't tell you how many times I sat in the studio with them boys and hearing everything. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We've been talking about this shit for years, and they made a move, and that's why the day they made the move, I made a Twitter post saying I'm glad, I'm happy for them, because you know what? It's been a motherfucking travel for them. Them dudes are way over talented to be where they were at their entire careers. They should have never ever got bumped into that, you know, and when they did, of course, you know, same thing that everybody thinks, ooh, Psychopathic records, you know, but back then it was like, shit, we're gonna get hooked up. And in essence, they did. You know what I mean? They ain't all bad. They can't be mad. They can't even have beef. That motherfuckers have been getting fed for the past, you know, 15 years from that record label. So they can't be all that mad. You know, they're still humble motherfuckers. You know, that's number one thing that I learned from them. That's why I don't ever say shit. But in the realest of all real, I mean, it just is what it is. You know, you can the biggest thing I want people to take from anything that I'm saying is see it for your fucking self. Don't let somebody just tattoo some shit in your brain. Don't let them poison you. This shit's ridiculous. You're going to sit here and listen to this guy and talk about fucking having problems in life. What problems does this guy have? Motherfucker's sitting on shit, 8 different properties, a bunch of mansions, a bunch of cars. You know what I'm saying? Come on, living the dream. Exactly. Shit, the motherfucker went on with Marvin Shore on fucking Dateline and said they were worth $10 million. $10 million. Count that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. The motherfuckers ain't hurting for shit, but then they're going on a mic saying that they're hurting for shit. That don't make no sense.
See, I've always...
Be what you are. You know what I mean? It's that same thing in Batman. I'll say it again. You know, it's the same thing they said in Batman. You either become the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And they've lived long enough to see themselves become the villain. That's where they're at.
Exactly. See, I've actually...
At the beginning, because they were sticking up for scrubs, they were sticking up for lowlifes, they were sticking up for people who had nothing back in 91. Now, fucking 22 some odd years later, they're in the game, and they don't even know what to rap about. They're motherfucking lost. Come on now, you gotta tell me that it's all over. This is a horrible song. It's all... Come on, man. Get the fuck on with that shit. Take that Britney Spears bullshit and throw that shit away.
I'm gonna play that as a background
music. Fucking ICP, that's some fucking... We just went ahead and sent up some shit. We made a real crappy music video to go along with it, and there you go.
See, I've said for like the last few months when all this shit has happened that, in my personal opinion, which may not mean much to anyone, but, you know, it means a lot to me, that I think after the Mighty Six Joker cards, ICP probably should have retired and let everybody else on the record label take over.
Thing. I can't agree with that only because of this. I don't think they should have retired. What I think is that they should have stuck to just IC fucking P. Don't stick your hands in everybody else's shit. Why you got Violent J producing albums? You ain't no motherfucking producer. You're a rapper, and you're lucky to even be halfway good at that. So sit back, do ICP, and let the fucking CEO run the goddamn record label. Not you, motherfucker. You ain't no CEO. You didn't even graduate 8th grade. How the fuck do you think you can run a multi-million-dollar company?
Sounds just like what Candy said.
I said a lot. That's something I said a lot since this all happened. You know, a record label, a record company make their claim as a great record label or company by having so many artists, you know,
he even said it himself in this interview. He even said it himself. He said it himself in this fucking interview. He sat there and said there was some mistakes on the album. Dedicated to the Butterfly didn't make it in, and Gump Chevy's little dedication of bullshit didn't make it in, blah, blah, blah. We make mistakes, this, that, and the other thing. Motherfucker, no. You're a multi-million-dollar company. You don't make mistakes. The only reason that mistakes are made is because you are a mistake, motherfucker. You are. You're the reason. You're the reason shit gets rushed. And shit doesn't happen on time. Don't blame nobody but your motherfucking self. He makes himself seem like such a boss in the fucking interview. So we fired that guy, and then we brought in another guy. And then that guy didn't have enough time, so it just didn't work out. No, motherfucker, it didn't work out because you fucked up from day one. You probably didn't give this shit to numero uno, and numero uno probably took whatever kind of bullshit you did give them and tried to make it something, and then when you looked at it, you were like, well, I don't like it. It doesn't look shitty enough. I gotta shitty it up some more. I mean, come on, dude, for real. You think the Gathering infomercials are fucking top quality? This guy does. Why do you think every fucking commercial they put out looks the same?
Exactly.
Because ICP runs the record label. You heard it from the horse's mouth today. It's their shit. So it's gonna, everything that's entitled with it is gonna be their shit. So everybody's gonna think the same way I think, everybody's gonna eat the same way I eat, and everybody's gonna shit the same way I shit. That's why everything fucking sucks.
Exactly.
I mean, come on, man, you can't tell me that Sugar Slam is talented.
Don't even give... Oh my god. Is it true? I mean, I don't know if you truly know this or not, or if it was just fucking spam on the internet. But ICP tweeted the other day, like a month ago actually, that Sugar Slam and Violent J were gonna put out a sex tape and sell that bitch for millions. Like, that just shows that they have a big head and that they're way too fucking cocky about it. Like, anybody who wants to watch Violent J plowing with Sugar Slam?
You know, I didn't even know they had tweeted something that awesome.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
I believe we went over it.
I mean, you know, everybody would like to watch it, but they'd have to clean the fog off the fucking lens from all that heavy fucking breathing.
It'd be like...
This guy can't even make it through a fucking sentence. You think he's gonna hop in bed with that little broad? Hell no. He'd have to find her first.
It'd be like a chihuahua fucking what's the word I'm looking for? An elephant with a smaller truck.
That's a Tech 9 line. That's a Tech 9 line. That's a Mini Cooper hating on a monster truck. Ponder such. It don't work.
See, I don't know. I just lost all respect for them. Like, so many people hate on the fact that I say that, but I really don't give a shit. Like you said, it's in the... You just gotta look into it. Like, it's right there in front of you. Like, you can tell they're bullshitting everyone. And there was even, that one fucking video of Violent J talking backstage. Said that nobody... Like, it doesn't really matter, because as long as there's a Hatchet Man label on it, the fans will buy it. Even if it sucks. And how many songs have they put out saying that, you know, he can suck, he can have a cold and sound like shit, and people will still buy it. Like, right there, that's just like... The proof has been there all along.
Well, I mean, look, you know what I'm saying? Look, here's the thing. You know, people may feel that I can't cope with their situation. They love ICP for so long. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I love Bone Thugs and Harmony my entire fucking life. When I was growing up, my parents didn't let us listen to rap. We couldn't listen to that shit because it was all cuss words and everything else. So my brother and I used to listen to Bone Thugs because since they were so fat, you couldn't hear them motherfuckers swearing. So I loved Bone Thugs growing up. Loved them. Them motherfuckers that broke up and got back together and broke up and had kids and broke up and then got back together 8 billion fucking times. And I understand the struggle of loving someone that keeps fucking you. But what I'm saying is that as many times as Bone Thugs and Harmony broke up and all that shit and all the shit they went through and the shit they put each other through, blah, 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 it is what it is. But to me, it's a little bit more personal because they weren't just breaking up or anything, ICP. They were keeping my motherfucking homies from eating. See what I'm saying? They weren't feeding nobody right but them goddamn selves. And to me, that's fucked up. They were doing that for years, and the shit wasn't right. That's why they finally left. You have no idea how hard of a decision it was for Twiztid to do that. You know what I mean? Because they got mad love for their fans and loyalty to the fans the same way I felt when I walked away from the radio. I mean, shit, I ran that motherfucking shit for 5-6 years. I didn't run it personally. They always had some knick-knock up in that motherfucker trying to run it core and shit. Like, this guy can fucking run a radio station. But, you know, goddammit, I love this shit. So you hang around it, and you love it. You don't want to leave an investment. It's the same thing for them. They invested 15 years of their lives with that shit. They done had fucking, they got, you know, motherfucking married. They've had kids. They have a whole life formed around that shit. So it's real hard to leave something like that. But in the end of the day, if somebody can go from 15 years invested in a place and something they love so much and something they're so good at and walk up and leave, then you know goddamn well that it ain't got shit to do with them. It can't.
Exactly.
It just can't.
Well, see, one thing that everybody... We have a little chat here on our show, and one thing that everybody wants to know is... We've been talking a lot about Violent J, but where does Shaggy fit in this category?
I'm sorry, what was that?
We've been talking a lot about a Violent J, but everybody wants to know, what about Shaggy? Like, is he just the towel boy, the cameraman? Or Candy says, the drunken vajayjays bitch?
Oh God, don't say what I've been saying.
Why not? We'll put it all out there.
Okay, all right. Everyone had asked, what about Shaggy? We're only talking about Violent J, and I had posted Shaggy as the JJ's drunk bitch.
Well, see, like, you never hear Shaggy have more than a few lines in any of their new shit. I've noticed that. Like, he doesn't really rap that much. Well, see, he had more talk time on some of his older shit.
Keep it real. Don't fuck up. Keep it real.
Like Hocus and Pocus. They kind of did the whole Twiztid thing. Like, Violent J would have a line, then, you know, Shaggy would have a line. Now it's just Shaggy...
That's one motherfucking song. That's one song on an entire album.
Well, then why is he still part of fucking ICP? I mean, if Violent J's such a big head, then why doesn't he get rid of Shaggy?
Because he don't need to. He makes money off the motherfucker.
Well, then why does Shaggy stand for it?
Okay, well, here, we'll break it down. What do you think sells more, a solo Violent J album or an ICP album?
Well, to me, it's just, why doesn't, I mean, obviously ICP. ICP, obviously, I mean.
Okay, well, there you go. That's why the motherfucker's still there. Otherwise, he'd have got rid of him, too. You think he gives a fuck about him? Come on, now.
Well, see, my question is, why doesn't Shaggy just pack up and leave then? I mean, granted,
What's he gonna do?
You never know.
What do you think is gonna sell more? Solo Shaggy 2 album or an ICP album?
Obviously ICP. But I'm sure Shaggy 2 Dope's got some fresh ideas.
Are you gonna get a burger with fries or you're just gonna get the burger? You want the fries too, right?
Well, obviously. That and the chicken nuggets.
Well, come on.
Chicken nugget, bitch.
You gotta have the chicken nugget.
Definitely. Fuck you, Candy. Fuck you.
You wouldn't do it, Jay. You would be okay. Look,
you wanna know the realest of the real? The realest of the real is that Joey's a cool motherfucker. Joey is way different than Joe. And there ain't shit to talk about Joey because Joey's just there. Joey's melon with the mesh. He can't really do much because he's got to deal with a fat 450-pound airbag going off every day. So, it just is what it is. He deals and rolls with the punches. Joey's a good motherfucker, man. I will vouch that to the day I die. That motherfucker, I love him. If there's anybody I miss from the record label that I don't see outside of that place, because I see Twiztid and I see Blaze and I see ABK and shit outside of that shit. I see all them all the time. But, people that I miss back at that motherfucker, Joey number one, no doubt. 100%. I love that motherfucker. We used to do shows just him and I. Radio style. That's a real motherfucker. He's cool as hell. That's why there can't be too much shit said about him, because it ain't him. It ain't like he's sitting back calling all these fucking shots.
This is what he told me. I don't know if this is true, but this is what Chris told me. And I have no reason not to believe him because me and him shot each other straight as motherfucking arrows. But he told me that, I went to bat for you, dog. I went into Billy and Joe, and it was me sitting on the other side of the table, and they're telling me, you can have any other motherfucker as your hype man. You can have anybody else on stage with you but that kid. Anybody else. You can have any fucking body else on stage with you but that kid. Fuck him. This was what was told through the grapevine to be told to me from Joe's fucking lips. Tell him to fuck off. He's a juggalo. He'll understand. Now, is that being a ninja since 96, that's a slap in my motherfucking face, straight up. Tell him to fuck off. He's a juggalo. He'll understand. Little did they know, yeah, I was an OG alpha fucking. I thought this was juggalo shit. Everybody gets a chance. Everybody, Fago lovers, you'll only catch it here. How about that? A little plug for you, too. Here it is. Fucking straight Blaze. Out of context. I don't know whether it was a Ryder show or a Lotus show. I don't even think Lotus was around back then. So this is like 2000, 2001, whenever. Chris is fucking sweating balls after a show. I think Ryder's sitting there winded as fuck, almost puking, drenched in sweat, you know what I'm saying? Just did a fucking set and talking to somebody, out of context, man, like, fuck this shit, man. Fuck this. Can't do it. Fuck this shit. Well, Joe hears him and says, oh yeah, fuck this shit. I'll show you fuck this shit. Call somebody back at the label. I don't know who he called. Could have been Webmaster Gordon back then. Could have been somebody else. But tell somebody at the label to fucking kill Chris's career. Basically put out a fucking newsletter, put out a Hatchet Herald, put out something, whatever was back popping then, put out the news that Blaze, your dead homie, retired. And I know you remember this. You remember when Blaze mysteriously retired? What happened to Blaze? What the fuck? That's Joe telling Blaze, you want to talk some shit? You want to fucking say, fuck this shit? Well, fuck you. So start your career over and put that nigga on hiatus and made him work, and made him work back to where he already belonged. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they shit on this motherfucker. I feel so bad for Chris, because it's like, he is the redheaded stepchild of the fucking label, and there's not much he can do. And it's like, dog, you want bombs? You want bombs?
I remember one specifically where everybody was like, nah, bro, like, that's fucking whack. Like,
What was it?
it was fucking, I don't even know if I should talk about it.
Oh, of course you should talk about that.
I mean, people ain't gonna believe me.
Tell me.
Right? It was about him talking about getting fucked. Like, right? He wanted to be shocking. He was just
Okay.
like, it was, I'm not, see, like, nobody's gonna fucking believe me.
No, I think we believe it, actually.
But anybody that knows the other people that were in the studio, you know, and I don't know if he was playing or what, but he just wanted something to be fucking shocking, right? So he was like imagine this, like, he pushes me up against the wall and he's fucking me, and everybody, and I remember Twiztid were like, yeah, homie, keep that for your solo album, right? And we all laughed it off, and he let it go. So I don't know if he was talking shit or just like playing, whatever. It was like a funny moment, but there was times like that where he would bring stuff up, and we're just like, that's not a good idea.
Okay.
You know?
Do you remember him shooting down any specific ideas that anyone brought, or anyone shooting down an idea you brought, or?
No, besides that, besides you know, Twiztid just being like, that's just a little fucking weird.
When you talk about bringing spell books and all that, like, how did you incorporate that? Is, you know, Alibaba, the track, like, is that any, the chorus, you know, is that anything you brought?
So, to me, what I brought was that energy.
Sure.
Do you know, you dig what I'm saying?
I do, absolutely.
And I feel like at that time, whether I would have brought the books or not, I have.
You had it within.
Yeah, like I had brought that energy, you know, which their energy was not that.
Okay.
Right? Like their energy, their energy was more playful. So it was like chicken wing, bat wing, that, you know what I mean? Like it was more like playful, where my shit was more fucking dark.
You felt the tone of the records to maybe start to change after you came in, or just those songs you recorded, or did they play you any songs that were already done that they had?
Not that I remember. I started hearing stuff like, oh man, like Jay's
from Jay. Oh, you're hearing, who are you hearing from?
I'm hearing from other people in his camp, right? Like I'm not gonna name names, but I get some calls like, Jay's like having a problem with you, you know what I mean? Like, all these juggalos just talking about you, you know, and this and that. So I called Jay, and I was like, hey, and he picked up, you know, and I was like, yo, what's up? You know, he's like, what's up, man? I'm like, hey, bro, I'm hearing a lot of things, and I just want to make sure that whatever's being said is said from me to you and from you to me, and not a bunch of other people like trying to cause shit. Like, do me and you have a problem, you know? And not in a like flexing on him way. Of course. You know, I was like loving, you know, and just like now for real, like I could feel this tension. Like, is there anything wrong, you know? And he's like, well, you know, because he'd already told me about the issue with the label, and I'm like, yeah, but you knew that, you know? You knew that, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, I don't know, you know, and I was like, all right, how about this? Who's at the studio? Because I called him and he was at the studio. And he's like, everybody's here right now. Like Blaze was there, Twiztid, ABK. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna hop in the car. I'm gonna come there right now, bro. Okay. You guys be there? Yeah. He's like, bet.
And this is post-gathering. What's this timeline of this? Like a week after?
Probably a week after the gathering. Okay. It wasn't long. It wasn't like months. You know what I mean? And I hopped in the car, bro. I drove 5 fucking hours. Okay. I show up to the studio. Nobody's there. Rude Boy was there. Okay.
Rude Boy's there.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
I was like, yo, where's everybody at, bro? And he just like looked down and he's like, you know how it goes, bro. Like,
you feel they specifically left so they wouldn't have to deal with whatever you were coming there to have.
Yeah, you know, I don't know how honest and truthful you want me to be about this.
100% honest and truthful.
So, like I told you earlier, I got no beef with anybody. Of course. Right? But this is what happened.
Yes.
Right? So while we were recording...
This is the story people need to hear.
So while we were recording the album, one of the things that Jay started telling me was several times when we would be driving home and he'd be like listening back to it and shit, to the songs, you know? And he's like, man, Twiztid is talking shit about you, bro. And I was like, what do you mean they're talking shit about me? he's like, they're jealous. They're jealous of your voice. They're jealous of how you deliver shit. And I was like, really, bro? Like, I was just with them, do you know what I mean? But I remember what I had thought. I remember the specific time he was telling me this. What I had thought is, oh, that's fucked up. Because those are your boys. And you're telling me this about them. You dig what I'm saying? I don't even know you like that yet. Like, you guys have been together for years, but you're telling me this. So it made me kind of like put some boundaries up with him.
Okay.
Do you dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like not trusting like what you're saying, you know? And
was
so,
this the first point you felt like he had been sort of dishonest with you or not genuine?
that specific time was the first. I mean, all of us, you know, talk shit or
of course
do some goofy shit sometimes, right? But that was the first time like I looked at him different because I didn't believe him. Because I thought the way that I was with Twiztid, I thought they could have just said some shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't feel like the vibe, like there was all this hidden shit.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I could have felt like they could have just said some shit, like they did with the song, right? Like they did when they were like, oh, bro, like you gotta change those lyrics.
Right.
You feel me?
For sure.
I didn't think they were gonna be like, hold it in, and then when I walked out of the room, they'd be like, that bitch motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just didn't feel like that to me. And so, you know, he started telling me that about them, and I was like, all right, cool. You know, I'm like, damn, why didn't they say that to me though? You know, and he's like, oh, they ain't gonna say it to you. I'm like, all right, cool. Time goes, we get done with the album, all that shit happened. I go to see them, nobody's there.
Right.
And I felt super disrespected.
100%.
Because I didn't come there to fight nobody. I didn't come there to argue with nobody. I came there to just be like, how do we fix this? Like, what's happening? You know what I mean? Like, what's the tension from? You know? And that was it. That was the last time I actually saw Jay one time after that. But I did not like him after that.
But let me ask you this, okay? So when you go there and it's just Rude Boy, do you say, hey, I'm so disrespected, I can't even attempt to reach out and make contact again?
Oh,
like, was there another moment to try to
I was
have
cool
contact?
with Rude Boy, and he was cool, bro, and he just...
Or Twiztid, you said there was love you felt from Twiztid. Was there ever a moment like, hey, I'm gonna reach out to these guys? Or you're just like, fuck it?
I was like, fuck it. Because at that point then, I thought, fuck all of them.
Okay.
Do you dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because but I don't know if Jay told him I was coming. Do you dig what I'm saying? From my perspective, all you motherfuckers knew I was coming.
Yeah.
I just drove 5 hours to come and just talk to you like a man so we could fix this, and all you motherfuckers left, fuck all of you.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want shit to do with none of y'all. Like, I felt like, fuck all of this. Like, I don't give a fuck about this. You know, I still have my own shit. Like, I'm doing my own shit. And, but I found out later, so I still don't know, they probably didn't even know I was coming. You dig?
Right.
I don't think Jay told everybody, in hindsight. And so at that point, I was like, all right, cool, fuck all that. And I kept moving, you know? I kept moving, I ended up getting signed to Geffen Interscope with Korn on Jonathan Davis' label. So I just kept it moving. But I did see Twiztid again, and talked to
like
Twiztid.
years later you're talking, or or similar time frame?
Similar time
Okay.
frame. Probably almost a year, right?
Okay.
I did the album with Korn.
Yeah.
And again, we're looking for a tour, and the Twiztid tour comes up.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so my management reaches out to them. I'm like, yo, like, hit up Twiztid, you know? So they reach out to Twiztid management, talk with Twiztid. They're like, yeah, let's have them on.
Is this the Green Book tour, or is this Mirror Mirror? Do you remember? I feel like
I think it was the Green Book. I never ended up doing it.
Yes.
Never ended up doing it. We end up booking that tour, like, did all the paperwork, did all this shit. Show up to the first night, and they're like, yeah, whoever the fuck was there, they're like, you guys ain't on this tour anymore. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you guys are off the tour. I'm like, fuck you mean we're off the tour, man? You know, where's Twiztid at? I go to their bus, I go in, and they were just bummed, bro. They were just like, man, homie, Jay won't let us do it. Like, he made us take you off the tour. And at that point, you know, their energy together, even, I could tell, like, you know, even during the Dark Lotus album, I could see the energy. Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
like,
tell me, like, the energy from, like, you're saying you felt Twiztid's energy was negative, or you felt there was negative energy between those parties?
There was negative energy between those parties, between Jay and Twiztid.
Okay.
I didn't really feel it between Shaggy and them, but I could tell, like, there was already issues.
Do you have an instance of something that transpired that made you feel that?
I mean, I could tell you what they told me, right?
What's that?
Night, so I'm on their bus, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what happened, you know? And they're like, bro, we gotta get off this fucking label. Like, we can't do it. He told us when he found out you were gonna be on the tour, he's gonna pull all the funding for the shows, and we can't do the fucking shows unless we took you off. I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
You know? So watch what they tell me. And they're like, look, we ain't never had a problem with you, but we gotta ask you something. And I'm like, what? They're like, Jay told us while we were recording the Lotus album, you were always talking shit about us. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's the shit he told me you the fuck were saying.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And they knew it, bro. So I was like, bro, he told me the fucking same shit. And they were like, we knew it. We fucking knew it. Like, bro, we knew you wasn't saying that shit. I'm like, I knew you wasn't saying that shit.
Yeah.
You dig?
Yeah.
And so that night, and then we partied, we hung out, and
with Twiztid, you hung out.
With Twiztid, on their bus, we hung out, and the energy between me and them always has been that. I got no beef with you. I ain't never had beef with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're cool.
Yeah.
And I think to this day we're fucking cool. You know, that was the last time I saw them.
Yeah.
But we ain't got no, you know what I mean? Like, not that I fucking know of.
Right.
Like that was it, you know?
Yeah, man.
And I figured like coming after him, you know, and I never was like, man, fuck Juggalos and fuck, because I don't know, like I never felt like that. How the fuck can I be like, fuck all of you when I don't know you? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know you to like this. I guess I could have, just to be a dick to everybody like that. But my thing was specifically him, and then whoever was the closest to him that I thought might be a part of it, fuck you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And just to get that energy out, especially because he was lying, bro. Like, I remember one thing I heard, I think it was in his book or in an interview or somewhere, he had said that one thing that upset him about me was that I bit their style and started painting my face. Bro. For sure. Now think, like, I want you to picture my perspective. Now I told you, like I shared with you, how many times he asked me to do that, and I didn't want to do it. And he fucking talked me into it with Shaggy's help. So I ended up fucking doing it, right? And then later, now I'm no longer involved, and I know the only voice that's gonna be heard is his. And how many fucking people now are gonna think that I actually did what he's saying? That shit irked me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro.
Like,
still to this day, I guarantee people think that.
Hell yeah, they think that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But then it bothered me. I'm like, oh man, like fucking you has to ask me so many times, bro. Talk me into it over how many fucking days and weeks.
Right.
And now you're saying I stole that shit? That's some fucking shit that, you know what I mean? Like knotted me up.
For sure.
So, but on, so we'll get out of that. But on a positive tip, yeah. So then I released those songs, and I'll tell you about ABK because I ended up doing a show somewhere like Detroit or.
Well, he actually wound up being the first guy to leave Psychopathic. I think he's 04. I want to say
fucking
ABK
is one of the coolest dudes in the world, bro. His energy, his vibe, at least with me, it was just fucking so genuine, so like loving and kind, not on no bullshit.
Yeah, not caught up in the bullshit.
Not on no fucking, I gotta see, do you really mean what you're saying to me? Right. You know, and I remember I had released that song and then we ended up fucking on a show together and we were backstage and I saw him, you know? And, you know, my energy towards him, like I wasn't trying to fight him or nothing, but it probably wasn't nice.
Okay.
It was probably a little bit standoffish.
Okay.
Do you dig? And I remember how he just disarmed me, bro.
Really?
Like I walked up to him like, what's up, bro? You know? And his demeanor and his energy towards me totally fucking disarmed me. I organized religion, I'm okay without it. When I was fully like in Christian world, there was another song released where he dissed me.
What was that diss, dude?
Like 8 foot, 6 foot, 7 foot or some shit.
Yeah, yep, you're right.
I was telling people, so it's like that morning that it was released, I started getting texts and shit like, yo, Jay's dissing you in this new song. I'm like,
which is what, fucking 10, 15 years later?
Yeah, like 10 years later, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, that's probably not me. There's another Mars with an S.
Yeah.
It's him. And they're like, no, it's fucking you, bro. Like, it's like your picture in the video. And I'm like, nah. So I watched it. And I remember thinking like, I was confused. Like, I haven't fucking mentioned you. Like, I didn't do shit, you know what I mean? Like, why, bro?
Yeah.
You know, and so my response was, I just took a picture with my kid. I have twin boys, you know? I took a picture with my boys and I was like, I don't know, like, love you too, bro. Like, the fuck? I'm on some different shit.
For
now.
sure,
Like, why
for
are you,
sure.
what?
Yeah.
Which was confusing.
Well,
you know?
especially because, man, I feel like one thing the clowns have done a lot is like a lot of people they've had beefs with over the years, eventually there came a point where there was a reconciliation, if you will. You know what I mean? And has there ever been a reach out from Psychopathic to the Mars's camp about playing a gathering or any of those things?
No, nothing like that happened. I mean, so from that, then him dissing me again, you know, and I was fully in like my Christian zone. You know, from my side, it was just all like love and respect. I'm like, fuck, bro, do your thing, man. Like, yeah, fuck, this
Right,
me.
right.
It didn't have this sting.
Okay.
Do you dig? Like,
For sure.
when that
For sure.
first shit came
Yeah,
out.
no doubt.
It was just like, that's
No doubt.
confusing to me. At that point, even, I was making jokes like we should do a White Lotus album.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Like, flip the energy of it.
Okay.
Right? And I still would be open for that.
You would be.
I would be.
With who?
With the original people.
Well, that shit ain't happening. I mean,
I know, but I'm saying, like, because I think, I don't know what happened between them, right? From my prejudiced, preconceived notion, I have an idea of what probably happened and what probably caused it, what was the core of it. I think for me, you know, I'm a grown-ass man now, and I had to go through a lot of things, including therapy, to get to a place of healing. And like I was saying before we started recording this, you know, all of us have trauma. And until that trauma is resolved, that shit will never work.
Right,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? Like, that shit will never work, because to resolve it, you have to see where you were also asshole.
Right,
You know what I mean? And get to the point of, like, admitting it and not just being like, no, you did this shit to me and fuck you.
Right.
But I feel like I'm at that place.
It sounds like you're at that place.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, bro, we fucking killed. Doing the White Lotus album, we would kill that shit. On some grown man, truth of life shit now. Where we at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from my perspective, man, I ain't got no beef with them.
What about, man, I talked a little bit about, before we started rolling, you know, just the fact that Twiztid is currently sort of embracing that Juggalo history, tapping into that nostalgia, you know, and they currently are performing Lotus tracks, you know, like with the MNE crew. Is that something, if it didn't include the clowns, is a Lotus performance, is that something you would be interested in?
I would be open to it. I'd definitely be open to having a conversation, do you know what I mean? And seeing like, what's up, like, what are you thinking? But see, now the difference between Twiztid and me is they are a part of that shit. They did create that shit.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So them doing it, let's say if I did it, right? Like if I try to do some shit like,
you're gonna play
the
Lotus
Dark
versus.
Lotus. Right, that's not my shit really. I wasn't part of the history of that came up before that, which Twiztid was.
Right.
So they have every fucking right to do that.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
From my perspective.
Right.
You know, me doing it would be some goofy shit. Like by myself.
By yourself, yes.
You know what I mean?
But doing it with them is something that you do think would be dope too, at this point.
I would definitely be open to talking to them about it if that's something they would be interested in. You know what I mean? Like, hell yeah, like why the fuck not? I think, man, so many times in life our own egos and our own fucking assholeness gets in the way of just do the fucking thing, man. Like I think about like the possibilities of what could have happened, right? How many dope ass crazy albums could we have released? You know?
Been cool.
Or even now, so that's already over, right? So like, let's not dwell on that.
Right.
But even now, like, how much shit could be done? You know what I mean? Maybe it would never work. For me, it works, right? Because I'm at a place where I'm at a deep level of peace. I'm at a place where I spend enough time taking all my fucking karma back. You know what I'm saying? Which it comes to you. Everything. You ain't gotta believe in it, but if you live long enough, you see that everything you do comes back to you. The good, the bad, all of it. It's all connected.
For sure.
Right? Whatever you do to somebody, you do to yourself. Believe that. And I feel like I spent the last decade taking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking knowing what was coming to me and being like, cool, give it to me. So I feel clean. and I feel at peace, and I'm at a place now where I have no issues with causing something like that to happen. I think it would be brilliant. It would be fucking insane. Like imagine, and actually I would help therapy that shit.
It needs it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we ever were in the room together, I would definitely love to fucking put all our shit on the table or bring, I don't have problems anymore, but put the parties that have the problems on the table and be like, how do we grown man this shit right now? Some grown man shit, not no pretend shit, not no hiding behind masks. He says, she said this, or fuck all that. Like, let's fix this. Like, let's fucking solve this like some fucking warrior elders. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if we're fucking some Indian tribe of warriors, now we have enough fucking war experience. How do we fix this shit?
Bro, there's so many of us who are aching for it and who just can't understand why that can't happen.
It can.
You know what I mean?
I think it can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it just, a lot of egos would have to be put in check.
Yeah, agreed. I think there's one big ego that ultimately prevents it, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
And the point about tech is this, all right? Juggalos today, and when tech came out, and ever since, Juggalos seek out, discover, embrace, and fully support innovative, eccentric, independent artists. Juggalos are the concrete that Tech Nine's empire sits on today. He knows it.
That was a springboard.
And I feel on this show, he should have gave that love. I feel he should have.
And we know why he's not. You know
we
what I'm saying?
understand why he's not.
Because he's getting the mainstream success.
He's got all the success.
He don't want to be
can
linked
say,
to
yeah,
Juggalos.
man, I come from Juggalos. Juggalos, he renamed them technicians. It's like, come on, man. Mad Juggalos are upset about that. Like, huh? What?
There's a whole other world.
Yeah, man.
They're not writing about this on Boss.
And like, it just wasn't right that he didn't take this platform like a respected show like this and give it up for what's real. Because Juggalos are innovative, supportive people that in bunches support the shit out of you. Rain, snow, don't matter. They're there for you. They love you. They'll support your label. Juggalos, Tech Nine, right? It has nothing to do with us. For years, people thought we put Tech Nine out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He knows it. We didn't have nothing to do with Tech Nine. They targeted the Juggalo audience. He started getting some love in Kansas City. I remember the first time we met him.
And you haven't reached out to Tech.
Huh?
You never reached out to Tech after the combo appeared.
No, we didn't lose what?
You didn't reach out to him after the
no,
interview?
I haven't talked to him, no. He changed his number and never gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to get him to play the March on Washington. Now, that's a different story. But the problem is, I just feel like I don't like it when rappers say one thing in one place, right? And then go somewhere else and not get that kind of love.
Well, because at one point, because you were doing the gathering of the Juggalos, right? And so I guess you were kind of affiliated with Insane Clown Posse at one point?
They got a whiff of me in 2003. You know what I'm saying? They heard, I think their fans took the Juggalos and Juggalettes they took a liking to Angelic, the darkness of it, the face paint. They put us together. You know what I'm saying? They called for me to be on tour with them, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Cottonmouth Kings, and we went on a tour, and they embraced me since then.
Okay.
Yes.
But you guys had a rift at one point?
Recently, they said that I went on Hot 97 and didn't show enough love. When Ebro and Peter Rosenberg was saying my shit is like ICP, and I was like, no, it's not. It's different. But that's my family, you know what I'm saying? They asked me about the gathering, and I'm like, yeah, when we first went, they had this thing called Drug Bridge and, Raw Dog Tent, and they didn't like the shit about the Raw Dog Tent. It was just shit that I've seen myself, They said they don't remember.
It was a Raw Dog Tent?
Yeah, it was like, it was just the fans. Why would they know? You know what I'm saying? Why would they know? It was the fans. Somebody had a tent, and there was a bitch in there, and it's like, you can fuck her, and nobody was doing it, I'm sure. We didn't see nobody doing it. We just heard about it. So they felt like that I was talking bad, and I would never talk bad about people that helped build the Tech Nine phenomenon. That got me death threats.
Right, you had to cancel shows?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you never canceled shows?
No.
Okay, but you were getting death threats.
I was on tour when I got the death threats.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No, I just didn't do the gathering after the death threats.
Okay. You guys never worked it out?
Yeah, we talked, and they apologized for not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Me and Joe Bruce had an extensive phone call. You know what I'm saying? I told them the whole history of Tech Nine and why I didn't get all this from them. You know what I'm saying? And what I did learn from Psychopathic and things like that. He understood. So they went on their radio show and said, you know, it's good now. And they came out on stage in Detroit and introduced me and everything, but it still put a wedge between the fan base.
Yeah.
It still put a wedge between it because it's still something like, fuck him. He just left us behind. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna never forget the love they showed me.
Why you saying fuck me though? Juggalos? I love Juggalos, nigga. What the fuck you talking about, nigga? Whoa, motherfucker. Hold on. Didn't you just see Violent J and Shaggy get on my motherfucking stage yesterday, nigga, and introduce me, you bitch ass nigga? Don't you fuck with me like that, nigga. That's my family. I'll fuck you up, blood. Listen, in case you're confused, you dumb motherfucker, Juggalos is our family. Wicked clown in the house, motherfucker. This ain't no studio shit either, nigga. You can come see it. Family, what? What? Family. What? Family. What? Family. What? 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 Family, make some noise!
Jerome Bettis was nice enough to give us this wonderful room to sit in with TVs and shit. Oh, that's D-Mo Ski right there.
Ski, motherfucker. Talking ski, bitch.
Jesus. It's family in this motherfucker. Holy shit. Twiztid's in this motherfucker.
They let us in a nice room.
Yeah, they let us in a nice room. We're all family. Everybody's family, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's all about, baby.
No one can divide family, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's supposed to be about love, right?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna keep it about love. We don't want to make it nothing else. Check 9, nigga.
Like, motherfuckers are tripping. I get it. You don't want to believe. You don't want to believe that fucking Jesus ain't real. I get it. I get it. That's why we don't really want a part in proving to you that Jesus ain't real. We just want to keep fucking doing our thing. But every time motherfuckers keep poking us with some dumb shit, we're gonna give you another reason that Jesus ain't fucking real. That's it. That's it. And I know that's what everybody wants. That's what everybody wants from people watching now to fucking all the interviewers. Why do you think we haven't done any big fucking interviews? Because all they want us to do is come on a radio show and pummel ICP. Because that's what everybody wants to hear. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. We just want to keep going straight. That's it. And if motherfuckers can't understand that, then there's nothing we can do about that. Nothing we can do about that. But if we see something like that, that we see people calling us liars, like, what the fuck? Hold the fuck up. We don't lie. Real shady lately, kick and play. Hey, I'm not here to speak on it. I'm just here to speak on the situations that are in question. And that's it. That's what it is. That's what it is. So, fucking find something else to try to nail us to some fucking imaginary cross to. Don't keep digging, because it's gonna end up being something that you don't want it to be. And that's what it is. Leave Pandora's box closed. Let that shit stay closed. Let's just keep going forward. To everybody perpetuating it, fuck you. Fuck you. We're all they talk about. Don't y'all notice that? Every fucking move these motherfuckers make have some kind of negative thing to us. Magic Ninja Entertainment. That's crazy to me. We ain't even on it like that. Like, these dudes are making records about dudes on the record. Like, we just ain't on it like that.
But that's what it was, man. It was the weirdest thing. It was like we fucking wrote a letter to him because we know Violent J better than anybody in the fucking world. Anybody. And we know that the way to relate to him is to write him a letter. So we wrote him a letter explaining, thank you for everything. I just don't think anybody's understanding what we're trying to do. We just want to go do our own thing. That's all we want to do. That's it. Give us a couple years to try to get our shit together, and then we'll come back together and take over the world. And that's why we ain't shit. That not because of the fucking march, not because of none of that. It's because we were like, hey, dude, we need a fucking break. And his feelings got hurt. I get it, but it wasn't a mean letter. It was just to the point. Like, come on, bro. Quit acting like this. Everybody wants to put us into a position to be the bad guy, right? It's like that homie that you have that just keeps seeming to do shit, and then when you're like, hey man, can you fucking knock it off? They're looking at you like, oh man, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you getting mad at me like that? Because I let 500 things slide. And the one thing I can't let slide, you want to fucking just ill out? You ain't my homie. You really ain't my homie. It was a nice note. Whatever, Chuck. But the witch hunt to prove that Twiztid is the bad guy, you're fucking wasting your time, man. I promise you. Just fucking go put that energy into something you can love. It ain't gotta be us. I don't give a shit. You ain't gotta like us. Like, go put that wasted fucking energy towards something that you love. Maybe it's drawing. Maybe it's collecting weird pieces of aluminum. Whatever the case is. Whatever the case is, to get you to understand that it's a fucking witch hunt, dude. When it's all said and done, you guys are gonna be like, oh, interesting. But it's like they are fighting over custody. It is and it isn't. It is a similar situation. But it's like, I don't know. I guess, yeah, that's a really good way of looking at it. It's not a custody battle. We don't want custody. We just want to be able to do what the fuck we want to do with the people that want us to do it for them. That's it. Unequivocally. Unequivocally. We couldn't do that. Why Topic don't have that new shirt like your IG says? Shit, maybe that bitch sold out. Life is way bigger than Twiztid and ICP beef. You had us a Twiztid and ICP. It ain't got shit to do with beef or anything. But we understand that we've changed a lot of people's lives. Us, them. And it puts it on a different level. It ain't really about, it's not really about, how do you say that? It's tough to say it. I don't want to sound like I'm being inconsiderate or anything, so until I get a better way to phrase that, I'll come back to that. But people make it a bigger deal than it is. Perception is everything, so I'm not gonna be Violent J. I don't want to fight them. I don't want to fight them. I don't want to fight anybody. Real spit, man. Real spit. If I wanted to fight them dudes, I know where they are. I know where all them cats live. I know where their moms are. I know where their kids go to school. Like, it ain't that serious, y'all. And it's just sad that there are people that just want to fucking persecute us for the sake of persecuting anybody that goes against Jesus, so to speak. I told you guys, I don't believe in God. So, want to do with the fucking information I've given you. I'm sure the ones that are, the ones are always going to be like, I don't believe them. Ain't shit I can do about it. All I can do is give you the truth. And let that shed the light. Don't you understand that light is getting brighter and brighter? Like, oh man. Pikachu, you ain't got to worry about what's going down. All you need to worry about is we got love for you. Beef requires participation. Hold on, I was reading. Participation. Beef requires participation. Y'all ain't participating with the slap fight. We're not. We're not. We're just not. I don't know, maybe that lets people down. Maybe a lot of people want us to just come out and bomb on these dudes and just fucking end it. Maybe, you know what I mean? I know that's what mainstream America wants. That's what they all want. They're like, you can go on any fucking show in America if you're gonna talk about them dudes. And it's like, no, dude, that's not what the fuck it's about. It's not. That's how we feel, Rex. Where's the temperature right now? It's like 40 something, 35 something. It seems like it was all about the money. Money had a very small part to play in it. Like, you guys don't understand. We've been getting fucked out of money for years. Fucking years. So if it was about money, we would have fucking never came back when we left in the Green Book. We left. We're like, fuck, you guys are fucking crazy, dude. Between the M&M shit, the shit they ended up putting in our fucking contract, like, so much shit. But they assured us, no, everything will be better. We're gonna change. Everything's gonna be better. And they just found a way to tangle us harder and keep their thumb on us. So, I mean, I can't say not any percentage of it was about money, but if you broke it down into 100%, fucking 8% of it had to do with money. Had to do with money. Very little. Like, there's enough money out there, as crazy as it sounds, that you could be getting fucked out of hundreds of thousands of dollars and still be all right. Still be all right. Crazy as that fucking sounds. But it's heartbreaking to find out that people said they were your homies and you don't need to worry about getting no lawyer or nothing, dude. You're good, man. Just go ahead and sign this. It's all good. And find out they fucking backstabbed you. Like, that means we weren't homies from the beginning? Like, you guys don't understand how fucked up we are off of that shit. Oh, this song is so dope. Oh, this song's dope. Shouts out to Post Malone for this one. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, to a lot of people, it looked like we just woke up one day and was like, we're gone. We're leaving the record label. Like, bro, there were so many fucking chances that we gave them. Before it was like, dude, they are literally just putting their dicks in our face. Just for the sake of putting their dick in our face. Like, what the fuck, bro? And I remember sitting with all of them, the entire fucking record label in Billy's office. And I was like, hey, you guys know we've been on this record label for like 18 years or 17 years, some shit like that? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, you guys know that shit is unheard of? Like, that don't happen? And they just all went back to doing what they were doing. Like, fuck him, you know, he's a bitch. That's how it was, man. Like, all right. Okay. But it just got to the point where it was for real, y'all. We were going to die as a band. Die as a band. We had to take the leap, take the chance. You don't think we knew that people were gonna be like, what the fuck? We knew. We We knew all about it, man. We knew. But there was nothing, that was our only recourse. We had to get punched in the face a bunch of times from everybody that was pissed off about us leaving for the wounds to heal, and finally people start realizing, I fucking get it now. I get it now. I really don't give a shit. Like, that's just why. And it's like, man, maybe these are the things y'all need to hear. Some motherfuckers can get their shit together and put their focus on some shit that is worth putting their focus on. Families fight. You're right. Families do fight. But I got fucking uncles. I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude that, oh, well, you know, it's your fucking brother, so, you know, you just got to deal with it. I'm not that fucking dude. If you are poison in my life, I will eliminate you. I don't give a fuck who you are. I will eliminate you. Happiness is everything. Love is overrated. I'm stone cold like that. Don't know why I'm like that or how I'm like that, but you cannot be poison around me. You cannot. I refuse. So
that's really unique, Faye.
That's it. I hope I clarified some shit for you. So now you won't. Saying that we're liars. Find something else. I don't know what else is it. We pretty much been accused of everything. Respect to you, Jeremy Nelson. I should be a motivational speaker. No, man. I mean, if I can motivate somebody to put their energy in a positive focus, even if it doesn't have to do with us, fuck, man, that's just better in the world. Like, the world don't need that. The fuck. Could we ever reconcile the difference of opinion? Who knows? Who knows? It's not even a difference of opinion, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is, because in this business, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing. Nothing is guaranteed. But yeah, man, but it's like we've sat down with dudes 3 different times. 3 different times, y'all, to try to squash the beef. And all we got were fucking ultimatums. Do this, do this, do that, do this, and maybe we can be cool. And we're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, that can't be real. Came back, did the same thing. Came back, did the same thing again. We're like, dog, you just don't understand, bro. You don't get it. So, as painful as it was again, we had to fucking ride off again. Y'all don't know that? That's brand new. Y'all never heard of that. He'll never tell you that. I'm telling you that. That's real. Ultimatum like a motherfucker. For us to just be cool. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, wow. Basically trying to run our fucking record label. Like, so, as bad as we wanted to make you guys fucking happy, to be able to come out and be like, hey, it's all good again, dude. We just cannot compromise ourselves. You guys wouldn't want us to. If that was somebody else doing this to us, you guys would lose your fucking minds. Lose your fucking minds. I dare another band out there to try some of the shit these guys do to us. We wouldn't have to do shit. You guys would annihilate them. And I don't understand what the difference is. I never did, Jedediah. Real spit. I will not speak on that aspect of it, but that's real, man. We fucking tried everything, you guys. Everything. And at the end of the day, it wasn't about being a friend and just getting over shit. It was about how the fuck I'm gonna control you motherfuckers and make sure you stay where I need you to stay. And we just can't do that, man. We can't. I wouldn't do that for my fucking mother if she asked me some shit like that. But we fucking thought about it. We thought about it. Like, fuck it, man. Should we just fuck? And then, man, we were like, are we fucking crazy? Hell no. Might be able to do y'all like that. Tired of motherfuckers doing us like that. That's it, man. It was to a point where fucking Madrox wouldn't even come to the Lotus Pod. After the fight, dude, after they pulled that dumb shit, it was really bad. It was really bad. It wasn't even a fucking fight. It was... Oh, here we go. So, we played a venue, right? In that venue, after it was done, this is a Dark Lotus tour. This is some shit right here. This is real. And you challenge any fucking anybody about this story. Anybody that was there, and everybody was there. So, your boy was fucking wasted on some shit, and me and I can't even remember who the fuck I was with. It wasn't Madrox. Jamie was on the bus with everybody else. Madrox is calling me like, hey man, come back to the bus, dude. This dude's tripping. So I'm like, all right, let's go. Bam, we bounce out. We fucking hit a Taco Bell because I didn't think it was that serious, right? Get to the bus, and they're outside. Everybody's standing outside. Jamie's outside, and he's like, come here, man, let me talk to you. It was Blaze. That's who I was with. And he's like, dude, this motherfucker said that you were in a club, dance grinding on a girl, mouthing the words to an Eminem song to his face. And I was like, what? Oh my God, are you fucking serious? So I go up to this motherfucker and he's looking at me. He ain't got no clue who I am. None. No clue. And I'm like, bro, are you fucking serious? He was like, you were singing it. And he pushed me. And I hand my bag to Blaze. I'm like, hold on, dog. I'm about to fuck this dude up. Straight up. And Jamie and Blaze were like, no, no, no. And this motherfucker starts yelling at me, all this crazy shit. And I turned to Jamie. I'm like, you fucking believe this? And he was like, hell no, I don't believe what this dude is saying. What I'm saying is it's really weird right now. And so I pulled out a thing of mace, right? Because there's like 15 of these dudes. And Joe keeps talking shit. Like, I'ma fuck you up. I'm like, I'm right here, dude. I'm right here. Madrox is trying to squash it. So he's like, hey, come on, Joe. Let's go over here to your bus. They all go over there. It's him, Joe, Joey, fucking a couple of their cronies. And Blaze is keeping me over on this side. Like, fuck it, it ain't even worth it, dude. The dude is not even him right now. He's fried out of his mind. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. He just fucking put his hands, you know how it is where you're just kind of in a state of, And all of a sudden I hear yelling again. And I look and fucking Joey swung, bam. And I'm like, what the fuck, swung on Jamie. And I run over there and everybody's grabbing me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they separate everybody. They go onto their bus. We go into the hotel because, of course, they're like, you're off the fucking record label. And Jamie's like, yeah, man, I'm talking to Joey. And this motherfucker Joe comes up behind me and sucker punches me in the fucking head. When I turned around to see that, Joey, bam, swung on me. And as soon as Joey did it, he was like, oh, I'm sorry, money. It was just that Joe swung, and I'm just like, holy shit. So, they left us. They left us in fucking Washington. We had to drive 50 fucking hours, it seemed like, home. Thank God we had a credit card to get a rental car. There's a great fucking story. There's a great one. And I'll challenge any fucking buddy, anybody that wants to say different. Then that made us look at things differently. Like, oh shit, okay. So we're not really homies like that. Like, goddamn, dude, it just kept breaking our fucking hearts. But we hung in there for the kids. For the kids, as crazy as it sounds. For the fucking kids. Because we knew what that split was gonna do. But it just got to that point, you guys. It got to that point where it was like, we hoped that we had a relationship with you guys that you would understand where we were coming from. And a lot of you did. The majority did, but there were people that didn't, and that hurt our feelings. That left us hurt. Like, damn. A lot of people did just fuck with us because of the address. An address in which we helped create. We created that just like they did. So that shit was just ill as fuck. That changed the entire fucking relationship. That right there, that to us was the beginning of the end. Right there. Right there. Like, whoa, bro. We just ain't on the same level anymore. We're just not. So it became harder for us to tour together, for us to do stuff together. That's why you guys seen it. That's why you always heard fucking Twiztid don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. Now you know why. Now you know why. Because it was tough to look at them dudes for a long fucking time. And we weren't money hungry. So it wasn't jumping at every fucking project that had a dollar amount connected to it. Because we could have did that. But fuck, bro, we were fucked up off of that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Like, that just fucked us up. Like, my God, dude. My God. So, I guess what I'm saying is, if you're gonna fucking hate us for something that you fucking know is real, that you know is true, that you know to be fucking fact, and quit trying to peek behind the curtain, because I'm telling you, you do not want to see what's back there. It gets way worse. Way worse. Way worse. So, Bonnie, when we left in 2003, we all were fucking shit up. It wasn't just Tom Dub. Tom Dub ended up stealing money from us. That's the problem with Tom Dub. That's why we would murk him out. But at this point, we don't even give a fuck, man. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason. Believe me, everything happens for a reason. So, if I'm going to the fucking firing squad, homies, I'm going there with the motherfucking truth, y'all. I'm going there with the truth. And that's all I can do. I'll stand before all your firing squads and give you the truth. And if you don't believe me, fucking tell them. Ask them. Ask them. I know somebody went on a national motherfucking syndicated radio show and said my shit was phony, I'd have something to say. So, that's why you would hear shit like that. Twiztid don't want to do this, Twiztid don't. Like, man, we fucking didn't. Because after that shit, bro, it was tough to go fucking sing Homies. And then they replaced us on that shit with fucking A&B. That was just like, dude, none of it was real. We got bamboozled. We were hoodwinked. We were sidecarred. And that sucked more than anything you can say say to us, you can call us, you can do to us. Like, you guys could never fucking reach that level of pain with us, because the level of love and respect that we had for those guys, like, man, you just don't even get it. You don't even get it. But I say it, and I always say it, I fucking will challenge any one of them ever want to get on live together. Let's do it. Let's do it. But it's just a waste of fucking time at the end of the day. All this did was take away from me telling you about all the cool shit going on with Twiztid. You see? You see? Doobie's about done. A lot of people don't care about the beef, Rosie, but a lot of people care about us, and a lot of people care about them. And I understand that. So when one side hears some shit, the other side like, ah, rah, rah, rah. When one side hears some shit, the other side like, ah, rah, rah, rah. And it's bigger than us. It's bigger than them. It's bigger than beef. It's big. It's shit that I think people have had on their mind for a long time. So, we learned really early on that this shit is bigger than us. I remember the first time I told that shit to Joe Bruce, he looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. This shit is bigger than both of us. Not just us, y'all too, like, bigger than that. I don't see why one man's opinion of another man factors in your judgment of a person without you being able to physically assert the situation yourself in person. That goes all ways. I don't understand that. I miss Shaggy too, though, a lot. That was like one of my best fucking friends. That dude was like one of my best fucking friends. Why did A&B side with them? It wasn't really that they sided with him, that they were just on the label. And they, the same thing, I'm sure of it. Do it, or you're fucking gone. That was the power right there. That was it. Do it or you're gone. We're the first ones that left and didn't come back. Everybody else has come back. Because never mind. Right, we always said the fucking greatest thing about being a juggalo is your independence, your free thinking, your ability to be yourself. And now you're telling me that most of the juggalos follow what another man tells them. Like, that ain't what it's about. You can listen, and if it's... Same thing with light. We've seen this shit. Somebody told me motherfucking light launches on web store. Like, right? Like, how many people has it gotta be for real before motherfuckers are like, maybe it is them dudes. Like, where was Huda when they're silent? Huda wasn't even the but whatever. But whatever, man. I just don't want you guys to think we're fucking liars. I don't appreciate that. And I haven't listened to the audio, but I know that the Rude Jude interview, it was very fast. So I'm like, possibility that what I said was misconstrued because of the speed and you don't have the ability to go back and listen to it. But yeah, I never said We never had anything to do with it. I said we didn't want anything to do with it. More than you know, Kevin. It's not even about, the Juggalo is not even about a lifestyle anymore, homie. Juggalo is a movement, man. It's a fucking, I guess it is. I guess, yeah, a long way of life, yeah. But you don't have to live it to be a Juggalo. You know what I mean? You don't have to be covered in Twiztid tats or ICP tats and you still be a Juggalo. What we noticed is that when we started headlining and doing our own shows, it wasn't just Juggalos that were watching us. Most, yes, absolutely, absolutely. But there were people that called themselves maggots there, people that called themselves technicians there. There were all kinds of different groups of people, and we figured the best way to envelop that was to label it as a family. That's what me and Jamie did. What up, family? What up, family? Because we felt that was, Juggalo was ICP's word, but it's our movement. So in a way, we don't want anybody to feel left out. Anybody to feel left out. If I could pass weed through the phone, that'd be so, oh man, that'd be so dope. No, it wouldn't. Because then I'd have to be checking IDs and shit. Because I don't know how many of you motherfuckers ain't of age and shit. Next thing you know, I'm on TMZ again with some fucked up haircut where people are like, whoa, look at that hair. He looks like he's on meth. No, scratch that. Scratch that. You're right, Jack. So to the people that have understood it, just, I can't say blindly stood by us. We don't want you to blindly do anything. Question it. Not just question it. If it doesn't seem right, question it. Don't just believe it. Research it. Look into it. Give a shit about it before you go out and make blanket statements about it. Because at the end of the day, if it's not true, you look like the asshole, or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't even give a shit. Like, I don't give a shit. I told 30 fucking stories. 2 of them gotta be true. Like, no, that's not the case. Oh, God. That picture. That picture. Oh my God, it haunts us to this day, that TMZ fucking mugshot picture. You couldn't have did worse things to us. Like, that shit was crazy bugged out. Oh my God, I had this fucking hat on, and I can remember I was fucking pulling my hair so that it was like almost like that misfit thing and fucking around being an asshole. And then it was like right after we got arrested, they took it off, and my shit oh my God, Jamie looked like Frankenstein. We were like, oh bro, it's over with. It's over with. We might as well pack it up, dog. This is it. This is what ends Twiztid. These pictures are funny. Oh man, that shit was gangster as fuck. I'm glad a lot of you guys heard this, so you can fucking go out and spread the word. Or don't. Whatever, it's your choice. The mugshots don't even look like, I know it was, we didn't even get, we took the fucking makeup off with tissue. Like, it was, oh my God. Oh my God. I look like a janitor that shouldn't be anywhere near children. Like that was just bad, man. The Florida shit ain't that bad. I mean, it was bad. I know. Fuck TMZ. I fucking hate TMZ. Like that shit, you know, that's, oh God. Talk about motherfuckers concerned about other motherfuckers. Like, goddamn. And it's so opinionated. They say what they think. Like, bitch, don't nobody care what you think. Tell the story. I'm not mad. Tell the story. But don't add your filth flying in like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, you might be onto some, Jennifer Powers. Maybe an Astronomicon. No, what are you, crazy? I'm trying to get that picture taken off the internet. They putting it on a t-shirt. Dang, you got a hoodie made? Don't let your kids around you. I'm telling you, that picture, man. Florida's lethal for Twiztid, man. Woo. Fuck, bros. It's like they wait for us. I don't know. We fuck with the wrong people there. I don't know who it was. I'm sorry, though. I'll say that. But whatever it is we did, we are sorry. Yep, we did in Indianapolis a long time ago. That's when we first started. Superheroes, why didn't we get it? Because all those things were subtle ways to put us against each other. That's what that was, and we just didn't want to partake in it. Nope. They used to call us the East Siders, all that shit. Because half the fucking record label was with us. It's crazy.